by chance, in 2013 at the Sportsman's Lodge, where Irwin was having a brunch with his lovely wife of 60 plus years, I was having a brunch, ran into him. Now realize this is decades later. I'm sitting there, he meets my father and says, I know that name Norin. I used to have a woman that worked for me. And I'm like, who remembers after 40 years, right? But that's the kind of brain he has. So he remembered. I was like, should I say it's me or not? I'm old, I'm fat, I'm different now, but okay. So Irwin, it's me, it's Melinda. And so he says, oh, what are you doing? I said, oh, not much. I didn't go into details. Anyhow, he says, come to a meeting. And I did, and he says, join the organization. And I did. And then he says, sit up at the head table with me, okay? Do a presentation every time you come here and teach us something. So I'll give you the span of education between working with Irwin when I was in college studying journalism and public relations and what happened after. I worked in public relations at Blue Cross Blue Shield. I did marketing for the bookstore when I was in college. I worked for a mammogram surgeon. I worked for, I don't even know.
You have a lot of City of Santa Monica, a lot of agencies.
That's like, and then I transitioned. So I did PR, press releases, press kits, book promotion. I did all that kind of stuff. And then I actually transitioned into the corporate world. And in the corporate world, I did marketing for alternative transportation. And in the corporate world, I went into my own business in 1989, and I started to do campaigns for large companies, the largest being, of course, the County of Los Angeles. I was doing a project for 80,000 employees. It was a marketing effort to distribute information, creating a book, teaching 130 or 40 people, passing along information. City of LA, the County of Ventura, the City of Santa Monica, every major company. I've worked with over 6,000 large organizations. And for the City of Santa Monica, I've trained and worked with over, well, I don't know, hundreds. But anyhow, so I come from a corporate background. I was so happy to reunite with Irwin because Irwin's group, which I brought a few flyers if you would like to join, is $40 a month, a year. And Irwin's organization, the Book Publicists of Southern California, reintroduced me to some fabulous people. They reintroduced me to an author named Arthur Bornstein. Any of you remember Arthur Bornstein from the 70s teaching memory on television shows? He taught over 2 million people, and I was flabbergasted to meet him at Irwin's meeting. And the author that Robin is promoting, along with Irwin and other people, Mark has 33 patents. He's a genius. He had his own business with tons of employees, and this is his retirement fund. And he's a brilliant man, and I said, hey, can we just have lunch? I'm curious, what's it like, creating 33 patents? And it was a brilliant lunch. My treat the first time, his treat the second time. And now we have a lunch every time Irwin has a meeting. My point being that if you want to get the most understanding of publicity and marketing, you network. You network at these meetings. You find out how people do what they do. How did you do this? And so I met with Robin, and I said, oh, there's a really nice lady. I need some book editing. I'm repackaging my portfolio on organizational excellence. And I hired her. I paid her, and she's worth it. She's wonderful.
Thank you.
And here on my left is Desiree Duffy, who invited me to an event which was adorable. It was a luau kind of thing, nice decoration, and she had maybe 8 authors reading good sections of their books. And I said, oh, I'm not going to bring any money. I'm not going to buy anything. Oh, you're so interesting. And I kept buying books. I didn't want to. I didn't plan to. I didn't put a budget, but it was a really good event. She hosted it. There was a little bit of food. There was a little bit of, tea, and it was brilliant. And then I'm trying to promote some work I'm doing, and I need a headshot. Well, there you go. There's David. David took a brilliant picture of me. I didn't even look like myself. My teeth were 16 times wider. My wrinkles were gone. Brilliant man. So what I'm saying is you go to these meetings, and it's not just about the guest speakers, who are always wonderful, knowledgeable, long-term professionals, but it's also who you network with and what they have to offer that you don't even know you're going to find before you get there. So Irwin started to have me make presentations, and I loved it. I said, okay, I'll do that. So if you haven't had your cup of coffee today and you didn't spend your $5, I have a $5 booklet only because it cost me $5, okay? But it's about 30 pages, and it's I Love Publicity Survival Guide based on a presentation I made. Oh, what's this, a quote on the back? Really enjoyed your presentation. It was filled with practical, easy, understandable tips. Left your energy and smile. Robin Quinn. Okay, well,
Small world.
Small world. My book coach. I hope I'm teaching you something. I'm not doing it to boast. I put it there because I'm teaching you publicity. I'm actually an educator, a corporate educator. I want to teach you about publicity. 1, speak loudly into your microphone and make sure the last row can hear you. 2, don't be afraid to say my book is $29.95. Well, you're lucky it's only 5. But don't be afraid to say the price and sell your product. It's not just about publicity, it's the whole package. Do you feel confident saying, I've done a lot of work. $5 doesn't even come close to the value. I did a lot of work. I did research. I'm a scientist. I have this much experience. Here's my card, or here's my little book to tell you what I've done. Because you can't tell by looking at somebody what's going on up here. And there's a lot of good stuff going on with this panel. And so I want you to understand more about publicity. So let me just tell you from the
Let's kind of go on. We have a lot to cover, so
I just wanted to show Irwin his picture. He doesn't know it's in there.
Oh, stay very popular today, Irwin.
Yeah, Irwin, I had to show you. It was Irwin holding an award he got, but I'm standing next to him. But the point is, I just wanted, just the general topics. What I want to mention is not just the publicity, the press release, and the book tour, and the interview, your postcards, your bookmarks, the way you sign your autograph, that you personalize it, that you've done your research, like Dinah Shore did, that you know your metrics, who wants to buy your book, what books are competing, what are the authors doing, what's the pricing, what's the packaging, rent sells, what color do you want to package your book in, what about the book clubs, what do you have to do to get into Barnes & Noble? They pick one book, it goes to 632 stores. How do you get your book on the shelf? So it's really a bigger spectrum, and I'm not promoting myself as a publicist. I'm promoting Irwin and the
Book
lovely people
Publicist
up here.
Association.
Yeah, I'm promoting the book, the Southern California Book Publicist of Southern California. I'm promoting the other people here, and I'm just giving general information that should help you ask yourself, what am I really good at? Am I good at interviews or not? Maybe I need somebody to coach me, give me advice. All right, so the point is you ask yourself a lot of questions to find out where your skill set is, and then you hire out. You don't hold back on hiring somebody that can do a better job than you can to get you out there in front of people and making the most money you can make with your interests and efforts.
Okay, thank you, Melinda Sue. Any questions for Melinda Sue?